Channeling of the Holy Mother Mary. Mother Mary speaks. Part 1. Prisoners of our own minds. The only prison we abide is our own point of view. Says Lycoris. The projective mind. My beloved ones, it is time for you to realize that you are a being created for awakening. The most important step in awakening is to awaken out of your own frames of mind. It is the mind which can translate a situation of a person in a total different way. It is like million people are looking at the same object and suddenly million religions exist, million different newspapers. Sometimes the mind makes it bigger than it is, and sometimes the mind makes it smaller than it is. This is what we call the projected image. This image your mind projected can totally lead its own life from a moment, and can create a total new world, a total new frame, which gives its feedback to your stored projected images in your memory. This is not always a good progress. We make the difference between the reality image and our subjective images, self-made. Usually when the self-made image meets the reality image, some chemical reactions can follow. Actually, my beloved ones, our own projected mind works between the walls of the frames our biological and spiritual ancestors put, and the images we adopted from them develop themselves and multiply themselves. When this evolution isn't taking place between the safe walls of the reality image, the objective point, then old souls from lower realms will fill up the contents of the projected images. For example, when our minds give less value to a person than he or she deserves, we have an underestimated picture in our mind about him or her. The reality image of this person cannot connect to it, so that an empty vessel will arise. In this empty space a lower soul or entity will take place as the keeper of your own projected image. Your own underestimation and disdaining attitude will call upon a soul who has these qualities, who is appropriated to your description of the very person. This is a very subtle mechanism, but leads to a sort of exchanging energies, and in this example, a very dangerous one. Then the chance is very possible that we are more into contact with another soul than the person him or herself. Our relationships are therefore very often nothing more but repressed actions of our projective mind, very wounded as well, let's say damaged. Actually, the truth is that many souls from our past or previous lives, who had a part in our lives, are looking for a way back to us in many cases, to keep and maintain their control, their loves and lusts. But of course this is not always a severe cry of nature. The medallion has two sides. In our evolution as spiritual beings we are still in the stage of desire, and when the desire becomes too strong, it can blind us for the road to go, it can paralyze the discipline and tenderness, so that we lose precision. Some spiritual urges are even evil in its origin, and they don't seem to care any more about the things they cause. I want you to know that many lovers from the past, no matter which intention they had in your life, are looking to have their thrones in your heart back. It can be revenge, it can be hate, jealousy, or whatever, so we need to be close to carefulness in this matter. I want you to see that hundreds of wives and husbands from past lives are knocking at your doors, or maybe even yelling in front of your windows. And if they see chance to possess your projected images, the way you look at people and situations, they will be that for you. They come in disguise, through a television program, through the radio, or by a book. These magnetic impulses from past lives are so strong that we almost totally live in that world, without knowing it. All our previous relationships who are repressed in our subconsciousness are wild rivers showing up in our consciousness, projecting themselves in our image banks. Only by escaping these set-up frames of mind we can meet the reality image. It was, and still is, a journey to reality, to the soft and dim light of an accurate, thoughtful mind. Our archetypes are dried out, or they function as our ways to manifest ourselves in this world built on blood and bones. Our archetypes were efforts of our grandparents to set a first frame in our journey to the ultimate light. This frame had its needles and eyes, its monsters and heroes, but it is time for a second frame, a frame for our minds to become free and true. Are we willing to enter the backgrounds and pillars of our frameworks, our safe places from where we label all the creatures and objects passing by? Or don't we feel so safe anymore? Do we feel more like prisoners of our own minds? Tell me, speak it out to me, my beloved ones, I am here for you.